Is that live now? Hopefully that's live now. This is my first ever stream. Like you couldn't tell. Okay, so Dyson Sphere Program. This came out today, and it's a Chinese studio and publisher, I think. And I was kind of expecting it to come out this evening because most games seems to come out sort of 5 o'clock UK time-ish. But it came out at 7 o'clock this morning, which I guess is because of the time difference. They launched at their local evening. I've literally paid half an hour. I'm actually, might as well show you. So I literally played this in order to... This is... I don't know if this is any sort of good setup. It's not intended to be. I was just testing out the controls, working out the display. I was a bit worried because all of this stuff, all of the text was incredibly small. And it's because it's got a UI scaling thing, but an odd way of doing it. So in the gameplay, you can set this reference height, and so because I'm on a 4K display, if you set it to that, it goes super tight. Well, I can show you as well. So you see, all this is really, really small, almost unreadable. But basically, you can set this. Where is it? Gameplay. This here, and that scales it. And obviously, you can set it to other settings. But I thought that was quite a neat way of doing it. What I'm actually going to do though is it's a quick game, isn't it? Is do a new game. So we'll start from the very beginning. So I didn't really do much of anything on that other map, just to see the controls really. So what you do here is you're setting your seed, and you have some options about the number of stars, and this resource multiplier must be the amount of resources available on each planet. But it is talking about stars, and each star does have multiple. I'm just wondering if the game audio is a bit loud, maybe. Anyway, each star has multiple planets. They're like this because they're meant to be constellations, I think. It implies, well, we'll get to it. It implies that this is a real section of our galaxy. I don't think it is. I think it's just randomly generated. But what you can do, you can click through and get different, configurations of stars, and it is actually changing the number of each star. It's not clear to me, to be honest, what difference this make. It doesn't tell me, is that harder than that? Which is easiest? I'm guessing this affects the type of planet you get. I noticed that black holes, this stays at 1, and that's the black hole there. Anyway, we'll crack on just with one of the random seeds.
Welcome to the actual universe. You may find it's different from our homeland. Should you be able to adapt to the laws of physics in a short time, I am your advisor and will help you through this mission. Everything here is yours. As one of Cosmo and the pioneer of the Dyson Sphere Program, you will explore this cluster step by step. By using the resources here to construct the Dyson Sphere to provide energy for the center brain to maintain homeland, starting from scratch. I have chosen a designated planet for you, which has necessary resources for initial development. Now please drive the space capsule to the planet.
So as you can kind of tell, it is a early access game, so not really expecting them to be polished, but some of the English there was not great. Poor translation, I guess, from the Chinese, but it gets the message across, and the performance is quite good, I thought. But all I'm doing
now
here,
you are about to reach the designated planet.
I have camera control, and I can sort of guide it, but it's firing at me at this planet. my understanding of the game is we'll eventually be harvesting basically all the planets, if not, most of them, across multiple stars. And they kind of force you here, I assume, because this is, a standard Earth-style planet that's, got the stuff you need to start with.
This is Icarus, a lightweight industrial mecha with powerful functionality. You can use the arrow keys or right-click on the destination to control its movement. In this mission, you will manipulate Icarus to travel beyond the stars and create miracles.
So as it says there, it said arrow keys, but it's not actually the arrow keys. So if I press the arrow keys, nothing happens.
Now
it's
try
the
to
standard,
recycle the space capsule.
It's the standard
Right-click on it to
WASD
recycle.
controls. And basically, so what he's just explained there is the functionality that in order to harvest manually, you have to right-click on things. It calls it recycling, but it's harvesting essentially.
You can use the same operation to collect resources, such as trees, gravel, etc. In the meantime, hold down Shift and right-click to give a series of commands.
Now this is quite a neat thing.
You receive several items after recycling the space capsule. Click the inventory button in the lower right corner of the screen to open the cabin to view them.
So you can also click E, which is what I've just done there, but the inventory is accessible down here. This is sort of your control, UI control panel. Tells you the controls there. One of the nice things, you can move this around, so you can put it sort of wherever you want on the display.
You can hold down mouse middle button drag to rotate the angle of view, or slide the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
So I might as well do that. So I say my mouse wheel scrolling. As you can see, we can see quite a lot of the planet, or we can be quite zoomed in. And then holding the middle mouse wheel, we can scroll around, get a different perspective. Let's see if we can find the.
Yet you have not unlocked the construction menu, which will be done automatically when complete any technology research. Click the technology tree button at the bottom right of the screen to open the technology tree and activate a research.
Yeah, so that's down here. So the main one here. Also click T to do it. The first one, this is your starting point basically. And the first one you have to research is electromagnetism, which gives us a wind turbine, what it calls a Tesla tower, which is basically like a power cable. It's quite similar to how you used to have RTS. Quite a lot of RTS games used to have area, and still do to an extent, like area of effect style power pylons. I guess it's in Factorio as well in a sense, but you also get a mining machine with this technology. Now what happens if and when we research this technology, we will get some of these. So it's like it's taking these resources, the magnetic coil there, and essentially building these for the first time. So the poetry, like Maxwell's equations, show the intertwinement between electricity and magnetism. With deep understanding, create a machine for acquiring and using electrical energy with high efficiency. So it's a good point to make that, as I say, it's a Chinese developer, and presumably this has been passed through a Google Translate type thing. So it's a little clunky in the language. Hopefully they'll do some sort of, because I know Factorio did a thing where they hired someone to do an almost crowdsourced translation job, for their version 1.0. So hopefully they'll do something like that, or maybe early access users can provide corrections to some of the text. So what we do with the research basically is you activate it, but what you can do from the beginning, unlike say Factorio, is you can stack up researches. So what I'm actually going to stack up, which one is it? Basic logistics system. So this is our belts. Okay, so use the conveyor belt and sorter to transport cargo from one place to another to achieve automated production. Gives you the conveyors, sorters, and storage. So we will NQ, so add to the queue. Okay, and what we can see here is we've got our first research and our second research queued up. Okay, so you could presumably, I don't know how many it allows you to add, but you could probably map your entire path through this. These first few researches are very quick to do. So if we get exit out of there, they're very quick to do. I presume that as you get later into the tree, it becomes more, complex because you have buildings to do research for you. Okay, so what it was talking about before is you right-click to, as it calls it, recycle. Now, I've right-clicked on a copper ore, and of course that has a very large amount of resources, so it's just going to keep going until whenever. To cancel, you can just move basically, and it'll get rid of it. Smaller resources, see, it'll just do all of them. And what you can do, you can shift right-click to harvest resources. You have to be careful because any movement I do now, so if I hit WASD, it'll cancel these build orders. Okay, so the reason I'm grabbing a few trees is because there's another mechanic to do with your bot, basically. So this is the energy level. This shows the mecha's core energy, which is consumed for activities such as move, gathering and construction. Energy can be replenished by burning fuel. Depletion of energy will restrict all mecha activities. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do we refuel it then? Because our inventory is just what we've got in our pockets. It's not actually giving us access to the mecha itself. Well, we've got a new button here, mecha panel. Okay, and the mecha panel shows us the status of our mecha. Now, it has hit points. Whether that means there's going to be combat in the game, I don't know. Or maybe that's if you go into hazardous environment or something like that. But I've not seen any hint that there are, an equivalent to biters in the game. Now, these things are upgradable. It won't show us yet, but there's a whole upgrade path for your mecha as well. So it's not just about researching, to unlock buildings. It is about updating your mecha as well. And it says fuel power gen. Now the fuel chamber is this, and basically what we can do is put organic materials into this thing, and it will burn them. And what it will do, it will burn them until it fills up. And then as we use them, it will use these, and this is effectively, well, it shows you a symbol there. It's got a battery, so this is what we've got stored up. Now what we can also do is we can put a couple of these in, and those are sort of proper cores. We got them from our whatever it was called, our capsule at the beginning, and those are much, it's much more dense fuel. So presumably, eventually, we're going to be able to make them, but we'll leave the stuff in as well. Yeah. So what I want to do first, really, is set him harvesting that, and then open our inventory. Oh no, it's not inventory, sorry. We want the replicator. This is your crafting menu. That seems quite loud to me. I'm going to turn the volume down a bit on there, and turn my volume down as well. So hopefully I'm not drowning myself out. I don't imagine I've got any viewers, but if there is anyone watching, let me know if the sound is okay. Yeah, so you can make two types of things. You can make the components, and you can make your buildings. Now, obviously, we haven't unlocked any buildings yet because we haven't done any research. But we can make components. So it wants 10 of these magnetic coils. So let's make 10 of them. You make things literally, manual. I'm going to stop that because it's driving me a bit nuts, actually. All you do, literally, you say produce. But one of the things that's quite nice is you can set how many you want. So each craft, yeah. So using those and those, which we've got 10 of and 10 of, each craft will give us 2. Okay, and we want 10, so we might as well make 5, and we hit produce, and it stacks them up. Okay, so it's nice and simple. Now, as they're produced, it will use them. So it does that. You don't need a lab to do research, but obviously, eventually, we're going to, well, presumably, we're going to get to a stage where the recipes are so complicated and, intensive that we need the labs to do the research. So that's electromagnetism done. We've already queued up the next one, which was our belts. So we need 10 cogs, and 10 circuits. So we might as well manually craft them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that's 1 to 1, isn't it? And then the circuits, we want 10 of them, but we get 2 each time. So might as well make them. Research result. You have unlocked a new automatic mining machine, which will automatically collect ores for you. Of course, its capacity is limited. You may wish to transport these minerals to the smelting facility automatically. Okay. Now, what it did...
You have created a mining machine to achieve ore collecting automation. Pick it up from the inventory, or select it on Gathering of Construction menu to build it.
So here it is in our inventory. We also got these towers and 1 turbine. Okay. But what you can also do is you've got your crafting building menu down here, which is this lad here.
You can use the R key to rotate the mining machine for covering more veins. The more veins covered, the faster the ores will be gathered. If you want to ignore grid snapping, try holding down the shift key.
So I'm going to right click. So we also, you see, it was really quick. It doesn't go slow. You have unlocked automated logistics, the conveyor belt and sorter. You can use them to automatically transport the ores gathered in the mining machine for smelting or to load them into storage. Okay, so
you have received the sorter and the conveyor belt, which can achieve full automation now. Use the conveyor belt to transport the piled up ores from the mining machine, and the sorter can deliver the ores from the conveyor belt to the smelter for automatic smelting.
Yeah, so what I was saying before is, having done the research, you get a number of the things you've just researched. So having researched belt, we've already been given 20 belts and 5 of these sorters. Now these are a bit like inserters in Factorio, but we got a storage unit. So what we can do is, first of all, we will build a mining machine. I'm just going to pop it. Let's pop it at the top here. So the R key rather, not right R key, and you can see how many it's mining there. So pop it there. A little bot flies out and builds it for us, and it's got no power. Okay, so we need some power. So it pops it down.
Wind turbine. You have established your first power grid. Not all power facilities has its power supply area. Use the Tesla tower to extend the area of the power grid.
Is that not... I guess that's not covered then. I sort of assumed that it was some kind of... it was a... if it touches it, it's okay. But it doesn't look like it is. So what we could do is just dismantle that. Which actually means picking it back up again. So let's try putting it there. Okay, so it looks like there's probably a point on this that has to be connected to power. And what we will then do is we will... actually, we need to research... where's basic... not assembly, is it? Automatic metallurgy. The invention of smelter has greatly promoted the development of metallurgical technology. Using smelting for automated smelting can improve production efficiency. So we want to do that one. And assembler, let's make that. So the basic assembler uses traditional mechanical technology to process primary items into more advanced at a slightly slower speed. Yeah, so let's queue them two up. So we need, well, as well, I say manual craft again. And I hit the wrong button. What's crafting? F, isn't it? That's right. So we want 10 of them again. And we want 10 of them. You see, it remembers the number you produced last time. And we can have a look at that. That's going to need... is that... Alright, so that's 10 more circuits and 10 more cogs. So might as well make them. So that's fine, and then that's 10. Okay, we will almost certainly run out of materials to produce all that. No, it looks like we've got enough just about. I think it's used up everything here, isn't it? Okay, but what we can do, we did some mining. Okay, we manually mined some iron ore. I think we should be alright with that, shouldn't we? So let's move these out of the way. I don't know if you can lock them into position. I don't think you can. So what I'm envisaging is we will have our...
When putting a conveyor belt, all you need to do is determine the starting point and the end point of it. In addition, use the up arrow key to lift up one level, and use the down arrow key to drop down one level after the conveyor belt is lifted. Press keypad 0 to reset the construction height of the conveyor belt to the ground. If you don't want the conveyor belt to be attached to the building, you can try holding down the shift key.
Yeah, so we've done a technology. So you have unlocked the smelter, and it will automatically smelt base materials such as iron and copper ingots for you. To achieve full automation, you need to use a sorter to automatically put the ores on the conveyor belt into the smelter. Okay, so what that was just telling us is basically with the belt, okay, you click where you want to start. Now in this case, the ore machines output like directly onto a belt. Some of the other machines don't. They need to use this. It's a bit like Factorio, where you know, the mining machines will output directly onto a belt. You don't need an inserter, but an assembly machine does. But what he was saying is that you can use, now it's the, is it that one? Which, oh, there we go. So you can use the diagonal, the arrow keys to basically. No, is it not the arrow keys? What was it? It says up. Oh, right, so that is the arrow keys. Yeah, so a bit like Satisfactory, where you can have stacked belts. You know, there's three-dimensionality in the game. So you could imagine, you know, big stacks of belt. I presume they can, you know, follow each other, as it were. You know, you can have multiple lines along the same process, but if not, I'm guessing this is their equivalent of underground belts. So, you know, we can have a belt here and then one going across that was higher up, or, you know, went up and down to avoid it. So what I'm imagining or suggesting we do is I'm putting that on, so we have some kind of belt here, say like that. And then what did we make? We made our smelter. We'll put the smelter there. But what we need to do...
You built a smelter.
I did.
Which can smelt basic materials, such as iron ingots and copper ingots automatically, while you want to make the raw materials and products get in and out of it autonomously. You need to use sorters and conveyor belts.
Yeah, so this is the Tesla tower, which is the power transmission system. A bit like wires, I guess. So if we put this here, it should be powered, but I don't...
done building the first power transmission facility, Tesla Tower. It can carry out short-distance wireless power transmission and expand the power supply area of the power grid. Click on it to view the current power grid information.
So this is our power grid. Basically, it's telling us we've got the capacity for 300 kilowatts. We're only consuming 36 kilowatts. That's because we're not really doing anything. So what we need to do, so we've got our miner here and our belt. What we need to do is use this sorter, okay, to input into the... The
sorter is a transportation connector of cargoes between facilities. It will automatically transport them as long as the supply facility and the receiving facility are bridged.
So one of the things that confused me to start with was what I was trying to do. I was trying to insert a belt into the machine, having done it there. But as I say, it's like Factorio, where you need a separate machine to do it. But their version of the inserter is like multi-length. So you don't need different types of inserter. I presume there's eventually going to be different speeds and things like that. But you can have them be, let's do it here, any length that you want. Okay, why did that not? Do I need... It looks like I might need some belt there. Oh! Okay. That's not quite how I was expecting it to work. Oh no, there we go. Why did that not give me that before? So basically this is like a grabbing arm. But what I was trying to show you is that you can do it... Oh, maybe it's because... Oh, there we go. You can do it at all sorts of lengths, and you see it's got multiple connection points. How linear it has to be, I don't know. Looks like it probably does have to be a straight line. Okay. But you can certainly do different lengths of inserter. Ah, does it need belt as well, though? Why? Oh, I haven't set the recipe, that's the problem. That is like Satisfactory, where you have to set... Well, I suppose Factorio as well, where you have to set the recipe. So what we want to do is ingots. Right. So you see now it's complaining about...
the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe, and the greater than key to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe.
Yeah, so it's basically like, you know, the copy and paste system in Factorio. But what this is doing is sort of flicking on and off because there's not enough power. So we can... Oh, wrong one. You see it's burping. Now what you do is you just double click and it brings up the, you know, the construction menu. Now we can't produce them because we don't have enough materials, basically. We are lacking... What are we lacking? Copper, I think. So, let's go and manually mine some copper. So if we build a couple of them, let's grab a few of that. Okay, then wander over. Now what should have happened in the meantime is we should have had a bit of production, even though it's all blocked because of power. So this is just, I'm just left clicking, shift left clicking to add it on. These do join up automatically. You can't overlap them. Just pop that in there. Can we build another one? Just pop that over there. Cool. So we now have enough power to run it. You'll notice that this is not going full time, although this is going full time. Yeah, so basically this can support more than one of those. I'm sure eventually the ratios will become worked out, as it were. But what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is do a similar sort of idea over here. So we're going to have, we need to build. Oh, I can't because I've not got enough. Huh. Oh, it's because I... What? Oh, it makes them out of iron ore. Okay. That's interesting. So if we grab some iron ore out of this, it'll be full because it's not a full clip. Okay. So, mining machines. So I want a mining machine. We want a few more belts, I guess. Oops. Yeah, let's make some more belts. We want some more. Oh, we need Tesla. We haven't got any Tesla towers, have we? So I want a couple of them. And already got some smelters, haven't we? Yeah, it gave us a few of them. So we can pop this down, say R to rotate. What's going to be a good? Might as well pop it there, I guess. And we want Tesla towers. And we want let's just do it sort of this direction. And we want our smelter again. Not gathering, we want smelter. And Tesla tower. And Scorter. I want to set the recipe of this one to copper ingots. And are you working? Yeah, you're working. Okay. So what I didn't realise is that it makes magnets out of copper, iron ore. So is there a technology that? So we need 6 circuits, so we might as well just make them. Components. To make a few. How are we doing? So technology tree. Yeah, technology tree. We're making the assembler. You have unlocked the assembling machine Mark 1. You can make iron and copper ingots into more advanced products, but its speed is slower. By upgrading technology, you can get a faster assembler. Oh, it's quite dark, isn't it? I presume we can get lights at some point. Okay, so let's just grab some materials so that we've got stuff. It's quite slow at the moment. I did see there are upgrades to make him faster. We don't appear to have much fuel going on though, so I'm going to do some chopping. Okay, so we got our first assembler. Now, let's get rid of that. And that. Now, we obviously discovered that our iron ore is that powered? We're not quite satisfying our demand. I have noticed it does seem to use a lot of so we can make 3 of them. No, let's make a few more. It does seem to use a lot of power. There's a lot of electricity demand. Okay, so what we want to do here is... Oh, can I not make... Does that require a smelter, maybe? So it would be under production still, wouldn't it? So is a smelter needed to make... Ah, okay. 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 Yeah, so that's now making magnets. That's making iron plate. Have we got our turbines? Yeah, cool. You can't place them on water. I don't know if that's a later upgrade. Oh, he flies when he's over water, by the way. I didn't say that before. So if we pop some of these down. So that should give us, yep, a bit more headroom. Now what I was wondering, because what do we want this to make? If we got it to make... Yeah. Might be better to route some of this around. Put it in storage, maybe. What I am curious about, what I haven't... oh, I should have taken that up to say 10. What I am curious about is how we put things out on belts and whether it's sort of, you know, it does a Factorio style. In fact, does this have a, can I output? No, I can't. I need the assembler thing. So if I do that, presumably I just use one of these to stick it on the belt. Yeah, so that looks like... Can I... okay. Because what I was wondering, this is more for... I think probably don't need as much copper. So let's build a couple of smelters. And... put a couple of them. Okay, so... if we... put this here and put that in there. Will they both output? Still got to tell because I haven't got. Why is that? Oh, I haven't put the recipe, have I? Was it arrow key? No, it was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, so left and right arrow keys. Not arrow keys, you know, like arrow brackets. They copy and paste recipes. Okay. But of course they've got nowhere to put it because there's no storage. So let's add some storage as well. Let's make, say, 5 of them. It would be good if you could manually, you know, select, as it were, where, you know, force it to put things in places. Maybe right click to split on, control to pick up. No, it doesn't look like you sort of filter it like the Factorio menu. Okay, so if we put, because one of the things I know you can do is put different types of materials.
To storage,
so
which can be used to store cargo. You can manually store or use the sorter to automatically stock the cargo.
Okay, it's not letting me do that. Is that because that's too long? There's got to be a short... Oh, it's F keys. So if we do that, is that okay? Ah, right. So there's a maximum length, clearly, to that. So it's now storing it. Now, capacity for automation. Set filter. So it's got a filter, but how do I set the maximum number of slots that can be automatically placed in items? Other slots can only be manually be placed. It doesn't look like an... Oh, I see. Okay. I was hoping we could put both copper and iron ore in there. Okay, let's have that load copper ore. What I'm also wondering, can I do multiple? Oh, got any? Can I do multiple into the same one? I can. Okay. Okay. Alright, so if we do a similar sort of idea over here, ish. Oh, I need to... Okay. So if I do... Oh, that's the wrong thing, isn't it? So what about if we do... That's a bit unelegant. I didn't notice that. It's... well, actually, we could test that, couldn't we? We could see. Why are you not letting me... Oh, it's because it's avoided the... Okay. Oh, the grid is displaced because it's... Oh, that's interesting. It's trying to conform to the terrain. So, let's test this idea out. Can we do multiple belts at different heights? It's probably a bit close to test that out properly. No, it doesn't look like you can. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, okay. So can I connect this at height? No. So that one works. That one does not like me doing that. Maybe if we do something more spaghetti-esque, give it a bit more sort of room. I want to go... It's up key, isn't it? Yeah. No, it looks like it doesn't like you putting them up high. What we could maybe do we could... I don't need to do this, I'm just doing it more for experimentation, to be honest with you. So if we go down a level... No, you won't let me connect that. Okay. Why not? Is it too close?
You can now click the planet thumbnail button in the lower left corner of the screen, or press the M key to try the planet view mode.
So that's basically like an overview map.
In the planet view mode, you can hold down the middle mouse button drag, rotate the angle of view, and hold down the right mouse button, drag to roll the angle of view. Press N key to point to the front to the North Pole.
Did it say N key or N
In
key?
the planet view mode, slide the mouse wheel to enter the star map mode.
Wow, okay. That's cool. Ooh. Geometry's getting my head a bit, but there we go. Wow, okay. Okay. Right, so where were we? We were trying to do belt spaghetti. Not for any other reason than we just fancied giving it a go. So, can I lift that up now? I think it might be because we're doing this weird grid thing. We're going across a weird grid, and that's causing it to have a bit of a meltdown. Because it connects. In fact, it's probably also trying to work around me. Yeah, it doesn't, because it's not long enough. I think that's sort of the problem. So can I output on that now? Yep. And if we get rid of this. Cool, so we have multi-stacking going on of belts. Excellent. So it's made a bit of a mess though. Okay, so let's put down, say, I don't know if it's wise to, because what I'm thinking is maybe we can get the assembler to feed out, to take stuff out of the storage directly, so it doesn't need a belt in between it, so it's like a direct feed, maybe. I'll put one down. So why I'm thinking to do that is because this, see, that requires magnets and copper. That was just things, and that one's copper and iron. So we could try and do one of those two. Shall we do that one because it's a bit easier, given that's on the ground. So what I could try and do, you see, is put this storage here, and then have this do they have directions, the belts? They do, don't they? So that's wrong. So actually, it needs to be that. And then we feed it in there. I say what I'm hoping, it won't work because, yeah, it's no power. No, it doesn't look like. Unless maybe, well, we need to put power over here anyway. Let's plop that in there. Is it? I set it to circuits, didn't I? Oh, that needs power. Oh, that's annoying. No. So maybe if we plop that there. There we go. So I haven't got any. So let's make a couple more. Yes, you can do that. Needs to have the recipe set first, though. Okay. Because isn't one of the other recipes, doesn't that use? Because we do the same thing on the other side. I mean, this is horrible spaghetti rubbish, but I'm just trying to, you know, work things out basically. So what? Where's storage? There's storage. So I just plop this here, and we want one of them. But I don't think I'm going to need mega millions of them, so let's limit that. Cool. And then on this other side, can we do a similar sort of idea with the other recipe that needs both? Which is it? Ah, no, it's copper plates and magnets. Okay, so in that case, I mean, do we know that magnets are being used for anything else in particular? So I don't really need this. Having established the principle. Well, it's very dark. I don't know that I need an actual belt that does that. So no, you're not going to let me do that? Oh yeah, it's quite janky where it goes across grids, isn't it? So actually we could take it over like that. No, you don't like that? What have you done there? Okay. It looks like it's kind of as nasty, and you forgive me for saying it, but as nasty as the Satisfactory system. So if I now go up, no, yeah, no, ish. No, that's not up, is it? What I'm trying to do is have it go over the top of that line. But it's kind of fighting me every step of the way. So let's just get rid of all of that. And do something that's on the intended grid line. So if we go to there, and then go down, are you gonna be happy with that? Yes, looks like you're happy. Did I set that recipe? No, I didn't set that recipe. So we want to do these. But to do that, we need them as well. And we might as well chuck them in a storage. Because why not? And again, we don't really need billions of them, do we? So, and here we've got them. There we got them. Oh, I didn't need all of that. In fact, we might as well. Give it all of these. We don't necessarily need it to go nuts, as it were. And circuits, might as well grab them. Grab these. What's the third thing we can make? There's a third thing we can make, isn't there? Oh, cogs. So we've put another assembly machine here. Oh. Because cogs was just iron plates, wasn't it? Let's have a storage for that. You know, I'm actually quite good at Factorio. You wouldn't tell from this abomination of a mess that I've done. Right, let's do that. So let's have a look at. So this is not running at capacity, so it can clearly support more smelters. Is there an easy way for me to add smelters? I could probably fit one in there, couldn't I? So one of them. I'll add more belt on here. Oh, we run out of power. Is that why it's juttering about? Yeah, we're way off on power. So, we want a whole load more of them. And might as well make a bunch of them. Bot needs some fuel. Yeah, I wish I could sort this menu. You know, like keep it permanently sorted. So we need to go and find some organic material, I guess. But should we ever go at a research? What does electromagnetic matrix give us? As the foundation of all technology, electromagnetic matrix is one of basic source codes that keeps the center brain simulating. Keep uploading it to the center brain. Keep uploading it to the center brain can activate more technology researches. So, I think it means it's got. This is one of the key steps along, because the ultimate goal, basically, is to get up here, mission completed, and build a Dyson Sphere. If you're not familiar, a Dyson Sphere is a concept by a guy called Freeman Dyson, scientist from the 60s, I think. And basically he postulated that if you surrounded a star with essentially like a gigantic solar array, but it wouldn't, because it would take all of the various wavelengths coming out of the star. But you surround the star with a complete sphere, so a Dyson Sphere, and you can harvest all of the energy that's coming off of it. And one of the ideas is that it's kind of a step on a evolutionary path that essentially you start off where you're on a single planet where you mine. You essentially use the resources on that planet. Okay. Your next step up is to use resources around your entire solar system. So particularly asteroids, mining asteroids, and you start colonizing other planets. Your next step up is to do essentially, I think it's called a Dyson swarm, but I might have got that mixed up with something, where it's more like effectively solar panels, more directly spotted around your star. And that is they're at what are called Lagrange points, which are basically gravitationally neutral points where they're not going to get pulled out of place. But that is the next step up in terms of power gathering for your sort of progress of a species evolution. And the final step is essentially this Dyson sphere where you surround entire suns and get all of the power coming out of that. It's essentially like having your own gigantic fusion reactor. So you can just imagine the sheer amount of power that you get. For the game, the idea is that I presume it's just explained in this background here. I'll have to read that at some point. But basically, for the game, the idea is that I believe there's a supercomputer that has been conceptually developed, but to power it, you need a Dyson sphere, basically. So that's what we're on a mission to do. Okay, so what should we do? So I say that looks like it's the main quest line to get to the Dyson sphere. What does this give us? Under the action of, because these look like power sources, plasma exciter. Exciter can be used to extract and refine crude oil and can also be used to make a wireless power tower for remote power transmission and charge mecha. Okay, so that would be quite useful, I think. I don't know what this means. 9,000 hashes data volume. Under the action of electric and magnetic fields, we can use plasma more efficiently. The improved plasma exciter is more stable and has better performance. Electromagnetic drive. Electric motors, okay. Why don't we do that one? And then we might as well stack most of these up. There is one here that gives us research. Plasma control. What's this? Wireless power tower. Prisms. Where? Is this research? No? Storage tank. Okay. Yeah, used to produce major season research technologies. So really we should queue that one up quite soon, shouldn't we? Should we have a look and see how many we can stack on? Okay, go ahead that. I also try and do all of these tier 1s, as it were, first tier. Did it let us put all of them on? Yeah, looks like it. Ooh, so we got to make 50 of whatever those are. Look like magnets and... Was that glass? No, circuits. Okay. Oops. First I was going to add some power, wasn't I? It looked like if we're getting, wireless power transmission, it tends to suggest that maybe we can, build on all our power up on, other islands maybe. Let's just spam these in for the time being though. How many more have we got? Demand is peaking up to 2, so we still need more. That's all that we've got. So we've got a maximum of 3.0, but it's peaking close to where we are. Okay, so that's... why are you not? Okay. Oops. So what I need to do is, can I make them? I can't actually make them. How do I make them? Requires electron matrix. So what? Can I move these around? So I can't make them because I haven't got. I can right click on them but not. Okay, so I got to do this one first. Okay, but then I can do that one. So there we go. Where's my mecha? There we go. So pop that in there, that in there, that in there. So yeah, so we need to get a load of stuff. Okay, well that's plenty of material. Quite how long it lasts us, I don't know. We need to go back and, well, actually, might as well fly over. So what I need to do is grab some materials. So I need them. Need some of them. This is empty. I guess because it's... Oh, I didn't put this down, did I? Oh, no, no. Of course, because if that's... Research complete. Electromagnetic matrix. You have unlocked the matrix lab, or rather the center brain connector. Use it to upload the matrices to the center brain to obtain technology. Of course, if this is only inputting at 1, I'm outputting 2. So it's coming out twice as quick as I'm putting it in. No, you're not gonna... Let's see if we can... Will that work? So I got a bunch of them. Let's grab it all actually. There's iron plates I'm not necessarily full on. But it's still not full, so... So that's now loading it faster than producing it. Although that's still not you know, at max capacity, so it looks like we could do more. Are these... There's a slight pause, isn't there? So I wonder if actually I should set something up to build these for me, shouldn't I, really? It's making them faster than I'm outputting them as well. Does it tell me how quick it does it? .75 trips per second. Okay. If I'm producing 60 a minute, then that's 1 per second. Okay. So actually you don't need 2, which is why it's going down. Ah, okay. Okay. I wonder if you could use... Let's give that a go. So, how many smelters have we actually got? We haven't got any. So let's build a couple of them. And... probably going to need... Oops. Some more of them. What I'm wondering is if we can... Yeah, that's... Yeah, because that's how it works, isn't it? And what you say, I'm wondering about effectively combiners, using these as combiners, but that's what they are, so that'll work. So in other words, if I put... we got a new research kit, okay. Let's try... So we've got one of them, okay. Sorry, I was getting distracted. I'm getting distracted. So, if we put a smelter, you know, I bet it would take 2. So I bet. More than that. I bet. Can you take? Okay, you can't do them in parallel by the looks of things. Okay. So I can't have one here with one opposite it. It has to be. Can I? Yeah, no, it won't let me select it. So these, oh, which was it? It's the left arrow and right arrow, isn't it? Yes, there we go. And then oh, of course, that's because what I'm wondering, I'm thinking about trying to do, is to use these as the sort of, you know, the combiner, effectively. I'm also wondering, because these are 2 apart, so I'm wondering, does a 1 apart, is that quicker? Yep, 1.5 trips a second. So the further away it is, logically, entirely makes sense, the longer it takes to do that thing. So these, I'm requiring 2 here because I've put the belt so far away. Okay, okay. I'm learning. I'm doing a landing. Yeah, we're outstripping our supply again. Crikey. Let's make 5 more of them. How's our mech doing? Stick them in. Okay. Have these spawned since... I don't know if these have spawned or... I just didn't notice them before. Okay, so let's go and fill up a bit more of this space, a bit more of the coastline with Tesla lads. Wind turbines rather. Oh, I guess this is because it's a planet, so it's a curved surface. So this misalignment is because it's a grade imposed on a curved surface rather than a flat surface. That's kind of cool. So, how are we doing power-wise now? Yeah, we're okay now. We have run out of juice. Okay, so we got a research lab. So, if I plop this down where? Let's plop it somewhere, because I'm guessing I'll be manually feeding it for a while because of the horrible spaghetti abomination I've created. So, where do I want to put it? Let's just plop it over here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Let's pop it here for a moment, with the notion that maybe...
Matrix Lab. You can use it to make super matrices, or research technologies that require them to unlock. The super matrices are the source code of the center brain for maintaining the homeworld. You can upload as many super matrices to the center brain as possible. You can be benefited to unlock more actual world technologies by operating the homeworld simultaneously.
I'm not entirely sure what some of that meant. But what I'm guessing... I bet that as we go up the technology tree, it requires... So, because it's one of the things I was kind of interested in, was that we didn't seem... Yeah, okay. There didn't seem to be any equivalent to... Yeah, okay. Oh, and there's a tier 2. Okay. So these are obviously the equivalent of Factorio's science labs. Science beakers, rather. So this is your tier 1 science beaker. This is your tier 2. Presumably, as we get right the way up here, we're getting... Oh, okay. We've got boatloads of them. Yeah, okay. All makes sense now. So these are your basic tier research. And what? Yeah, that requires that. That requires that. So have we got any others that we can make just from raw materials? No, we have not. Have we? Oh, that's work in progress. Okay. So if we do electromagnetic drive, so we need 50 of them. I bet I can handcraft them still, though. Yeah, I can. Okay. But what I really want to know, if this... What do they take? They require the magnets and the circuits. Okay. So unfortunately I've put the magnets over there, but the circuits are accessible. Well, I say unfortunately, I could move this over here. No, let's belt them round. So, what I need to do then is have this output. Actually, let's put the belt in first. Where are the connection points? In the middle. Okay. So that's no, wrong way. Let's just do that for the moment. Put that there, that there, and then so well magnets. And we ideally want to go up. Yeah. And then maybe down. Is it because I'm stood in the way? No. It doesn't like that square for some reason. Maybe if we just keep it high up for the moment. But we need a... It really is very dark. I don't know if there's a... Where's my button? I don't know if there's a flashlight on our Mac somewhere. So we need... Let's just do 2. I don't know why I keep leaving this 2 gap, having established that 2 gap is bad. Let's get rid of that then. Oh, this is a little finicky, I will be honest. Have I put that in the wrong direction, maybe? Ah. So we got magnets, we got... Oh, I've not connected them. No? Oh, of course it's not. Oh, it's a... Oh dear. Won't let me go there. Why not? Is it because it's the beach? Oh, it's because I haven't got any blooming things. Right. Should that be there? Or can I do it there? Okay. So Matrix Lab isn't actually doing the research, it's producing the materials for research. Right. Yeah, so if I grab them, then research starts to happen. Okay. So it's quite slow, 20 a minute, isn't it? Okay. Oh dear. We're definitely doing a learning. Let's go and grab some stuff. Where's my cakes? Oh, there it is. Let's grab a couple of them. Some of them. Some of them. It's interesting, it's got a set filter on them. I don't know if that's intended for a sushi style of play, where you put everything on, you know, the one belt, as it were. Excuse me. Or you know, eventually you'll be able to have, you know, double wide belts or something. Because at the moment these are all single lane. So how are you doing? So it is quite slow. It's quite pretty though, isn't it? Let's go and while that chunks through some stuff, let's go and destroy some more trees. So it looks like menu-wise, if you click your numbers, you've got your hotkeys, click between the different types of things, and then it's function keys for the whatever's in there. So if you want power, you go 1, and then 1 is a what should we call it, Tesla tower, and 4 is your wind turbine. Okay. How are we doing power wise? So stuck that in. Does kind of feel like you need a run button. He is very slow, but I presume that's an upgrade we can get. Make him a bit quicker. Oh, I've run out. Okay. Okay. Oh, it only holds 10 as well. Okay. So, it's got. Have I missed something? Have I sort of not understood? So what's that give us? Make object against gravity, usually used to make more advanced magnetic field generators. Wireless power prisms. Oh, look, here we go. Here's splitters and Mark II sorters. Okay. Steel. Smelting purification. Okay. Solar collection, okay. Combustible materials such as coal as fuel to generate electrical energy. So you can use coal as well, okay. I can't see anything that looks like a automated research station. There's no way of searching, is there? Okay. Should I show you the upgrades? You see, there's loads, absolutely boatloads. And so, universe exploration. The first step on the planet is the first step towards universe exploration. Everything is strange and fascinating. But what does that actually give me? Able to view the veins distribution on the planet. Veins distribution. There's veins reserves in the whole planetary system. Vein reserves in planetary systems within 6 light years. So these are like resource things, aren't they? Mecha core. Mecha core. Increase the upper limit of mecha core energy. Oh, and that's basic materials, so I could do that now. And I think that's what we're researching, isn't it? Electric motors. Oh, here we go. There's a max speed improvement. Improve the capacity, but it requires steel. That's another tech. Strong, so good. It can allow the mecha to control more construction drones, so it's quicker building. A recovery speed of mecha core energy, so that's the bit on the bottom. What's that? Energetic graphite. Quicker drones, I presume. Yeah, flight speed. To lift off, and the mecha will increase the move speed by 150% in low altitude flight mode. Okay. So Ray. Just I mean, it's an enormous great upgrade tree as well as a tech tree. So these are all. It looks like it gets more resource intensive as you go down, and then of course, you know, you've got multiple levels of each one. So it'd be nice to do that one, but we're not yet able to make them. Okay. So how are we doing on these? Okay. So actually, this is bad, isn't it? Let's make another one of these. Well, actually, I could actually. Would that work? I can't make any. Oh, I need glass. Okay. How do I make glass? F to construction menu, components. Glass is made from what? Stone. Is it? Okay. Okay. I know we did have a stone thingy somewhere. Oh, there it is. So, we need to set ourselves up a... Oh. Gather resources, here we go. So, make one of them. And... a smelter or two. Might as well make a few belts. Oh, I got loads of belts. Need some of them, though. And what about Tesla Pops? Got some of them. Okay, so what was it? So gathering is 2. F1 for that one. Let's pop it in there. Then output onto what do we want to do? Let's do that, and let's put a couple of smelters on the job. Let's put on this side. And I assume we can make glass. Yeah, we can make glass. So it's posh posh. And I've done it again with the big gaps. And then nothing has power, of course. Probably put that there. So you're now making glass. So I can put you into a store. I can't because I haven't got any storages. I don't got... Oh, I need stone as well. I need stone. Okay. So, how am I going to do that? If I am... Is there going to be spare in here? Yeah. Because I'm going to need another one here. Because this is stone, isn't it? So I'm going to need something here. So I'm going to need a store. Oh, there we go. What happened there? I'm going to need a storage for stone. Yeah, you can't do 2 at the same place. That's not a problem there. And I need both of these. Outputting to storages. I haven't got any. Okay, so that's too close. No, it's the wrong place as well, isn't it? I don't think I can place that in a place where they can both directly output. No, yeah, no, I can do. So this is glass coming in here. What did I need glass for? Completely forgot. Interesting. So I've got tons of glass now. What do I need glass for? Was it building more of these? Yeah. Got inventory full of crap. Must be a management game. Okay, so if we make... Stuck on the scenery. So this is almost certainly a terrible position for all these. Yeah, and I can't actually put that any closer. So we need to think about rearranging all of this. So somewhere I can put them in a line. There is, isn't there? So I can... This would be interesting. Do I lose... If I know that's got nothing in it, but this has got stuff in it. Oh no, so you pick them up automatically. Okay, that's good. You don't lose anything that's in the building. Okay. So, okay. You have unlocked the power system component, the electric motor. It can accelerate the machine's operating and increase the move speed of mecha in the initial stage. Right. What I'm trying to do is insane spaghetti. Where's the connection point for this thing? So it's there, isn't it? So can they reach across each other? Can I do this? Ah, of course that's up high, isn't it? Bottoms. So I need this. Oh, come on, work with me here. Maybe I have to take that one out as well. What? Why won't you let me do that? I do not understand. This is beginning to wind me up now. Why can't I do that? What's wrong? Endpoint must be horizontal when turning. So is it because no? So it says endpoint must be horizontal when turning. So can I go down now? No. So it's an angle thing. Is that what it is? Oh, dearie me. Okay, so if we get rid of this... Why didn't that work? Get rid of that. Give ourselves a bit of room to play with. And it appears to be saying... It's something to do with, I think, the angle that I'm trying to take it. So that's too sharp, basically. So that's fine. So if we just do that... I think this might be an area the game could do with some improvement. Right, so if I take these out just for now. So what we can try and do, if it'll work, if it'll let me, is go across the belt. Yes, there we go. Pop that in there. I've done that the wrong way around. I'm sure, as with basically every management game, once you understand how things work, you know, it'll be a lot easier. That first playthrough is always a bugger. Right, so if I just get the... I haven't got any. Get these working on stuff. Oh, they haven't got any power, have they? That'll do. Oh dear, we got there in the end. Presumably, I mean, what I'm assuming as well is I can, you know, output across belts as well. So if I do this, then this will let me output to there? No, it will not. Is it a distance thing? I think that might be a distance issue. Why are you attempting to connect that one? That's what you want to do. So as I say, I think this might be because actually 4 is too far. rather than... Don't appear to let me do dragging. Research result, able to view the veins distribution on the planet. Oh, this was that mecha upgrade, okay.
You have unlocked the universe exploration. Now you can click the details display button in the lower right corner of the screen to open real-time distribution details of the ore veins.
Yeah, there we go. Real-time distribution information. Display, details display, H. That didn't work. Oh, here we go. What's this? Oh, okay. Building icons, power grid, veins distribution. So what's changing? Oh, yeah, that's telling me where the resources are. Okay, cool. Storage. And what? No, I haven't got any again. I need to automate some of these, don't I? Alright, so I've increased my maximum energy capacity. Have we got anything else we can stick in? Wood and stuff. Don't look like it. Oh, he's got no power, has he? Okay, so okay, so we need another research to do. Crikey, it's coming up to 2 hours. I guess nobody's watching this, but what the hell. Oh, these are the upgrades, aren't they? Is there anything that would be a useful upgrade that we can do? I don't think so. No, so let's do another technology. Let's just keep doing them at this level, shall we? So if we activate that one and queue that one up, that'll be all of the level 1 techs. There's got to be a proper research, you know, queue thing. So I need to go and find some more materials to power the mech. I got a lot of rubbish in my inventory. I wonder if I can use any other stuff to power the mech. No. 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 Oh, they work, okay. Organic crystal, high-grade chemical product used to produce higher strength, what? Crystals with a crystal structure. Okay. So might as well stack up. I was just thinking I've got a lot of rubbish in my inventory. Let's go and put some of it back in storage. How are we doing power-wise? Yeah, we've got a headroom, but I think most of our base is kind of stopped. Because all we're really doing is, I think everything's filled up, and all we're really doing is producing, yeah, you see, science. So let's get rid of a few of these. Okay. Oh, fluid storage encapsulation. Oops, I clicked on the wrong button there. Oh well. Get rid of cogs. Don't need quite so many cogs, I don't imagine. So is there... Oh, there is a sort button at least. So yeah, we can get rid of them as well. I don't need as many magnets as I've got. There are magnets, here are magnets. And don't need them at all, I don't think. It's full. Can I dump them in here? Yeah, no I can't. That's full, isn't it? Okay, it's a bit annoying. I could maybe convert them all to magnets myself. What else? Oh, circuits. Got loads of circuits for some reason. Okay, it's a bit tidy, a bit more room. So we can pop you in there as well. And didn't we have some flowery stuff? No? No, doesn't look like it. So what I really need to do, I suppose, is automate some of this production. So rather than handcrafting these buildings, as it calls them, I need to be making them. The question there, though, is can the... where is it? Assembly machine, what can that actually make? So what recipes can this actually make? Can it make everything? It can, can't it? That's everything we want. I'm wondering if a sort of bus-like system would be advantageous or not. Shall we have a look at the planet? Is there any... Oops. High efficiency plasma control. You have mastered the plasma control technology. Now you can build a wireless power tower for remote power transmission and charge maker. Now you can continue to study crude oil extraction and refining based on this technology. So it lets us do a plasma exciter. Wireless power to remote transmission facility can consume electricity from the power grid to charge the mecha. Okay. Prism polyhedron surrounded by two intersecting but non-parallel glass planes can split light or disperse light beams. It is a key component for producing more precise optical instruments. Okay. Interesting. So, what I'm wondering... Is that me there? Why is there a... Or is that the North Pole or something? Ah, that's the North Pole. Okay. Where am I? Where are we? We're here. No, we're not. No, that's the South Pole. Okay. Because this is quite a large area. Oh, that's coal there, look. So I'm wondering, because it doesn't look like these planets, I mean there's probably bigger planets, but it doesn't look like the planets are probably big enough to do anything like a main bus, where you have lines going for long distances. It looks more like probably an almost sort of town-based structure would work better. You know, where you have a facility that does a particular thing. I mean, I'm guessing there's going to be, bigger planets, and I don't know if on old, because I assume that's a gas planet, gas giant. What? It's not a giant, is it? But I assume maybe there's some, you can build an orbital facility and be a bit more efficient about things. And perhaps you can eventually belt across water. Because what I might redo is I might basically set this up so that let's mine out these two patches and do all the smelting, and then maybe take the belts up here somewhere, you see. Where was that big landmass? This is the big landmass. But it's not very well connected, so I could bring it over here. Maybe with the stone. And maybe something like... start concentrating things. Okay. Well, I mean, that's 2 hours. And that's all I was intending to do today. So... I'm not sure if I'll continue this or not. There was clearly nobody actually watching. It feels like probably a game where a Let's Play with editing would probably work better. Maybe. Trouble is, I got really bored of editing. I find editing very boring. But certainly, I think playing the game through once would probably, be a better idea. But I was quite keen to play this, and it seems to be quite stable and stuff. I've not crashed or anything. I wonder how big your construction can actually get before it starts to tank, and especially considering you're meant to be able to do that. All of those, what were there, about 60 odd stars, weren't there? Okay, well, I'm going to call it a stream there. I may do some more of this later, I may not. Just because it's a way for me to do it and also generate some content for the channel. Yeah, okay. It's been enjoyable so far, and I've done a lot of learning. So, yeah, so we will... Yeah, well, I think we'll probably continue, but... if anyone wants to comment, if anyone watched this far, then please do let me know if you would want to see something else. Or not. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching if you have got this far. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.